Did you miss us? This is
No.
definitely not the second time that we've done this. This is definitely did not forget to turn my mic on.
Amateurs.
Mm. I
Almost
swear
as if we are legitimately the definition of amateurs.
Yeah. Well, we're rusty. Let us off. As you can hear, we've got Rob here.
Hello.
We've got Willen here.
So
We're just doing a mid-season review because it's been a while. Anyway, we're gonna jump straight in. We'll go with the first team, which was last season's champions, top of the league, having a giraffe. Well, tied on top of the league. What happened against Frogstop, Rob?
It started off with a blitz kickoff that I just wasn't prepared for, and then on my first turn, I snaked trying to get him, and I was 1-0 down after technically one turn, I guess, and it just didn't go right from there. And then I think I tilted against you, Willen. I think I was just wanted to kill everyone instead of.
I could definitely feel the point of the match where it went from being like, oh, I'm like kind of free to score. I'm gonna take the score and just try and keep the rest of the team alive.
We'll see how that panned out for you later when we look at your team, Willen. As you can see, we've got my thoughts about the team at the very bottom of the presentation about when they at the start of the season. Anything interesting there? The Snobs scored against you. That's not a surprise. It looked tough against the 1%ers.
Yeah, it was really tough against 1%. My hardest game so far, I would say.
That bodes well for me. Another struggling against the Brett team.
Fend was a nightmare. Wrestle was a nightmare. The movement on the blitzers was a nightmare. It was really, really tough game. So I think our game. I think you've got the edge.
No. Let's not talk about that game yet.
Overall, with the claws, I could lose 1 or 2 players and still have a good team, and I think that's one of the good things about that team. So I think I'll be in the playoffs and winning it. I'm not sure. You know what games are like, but I feel confident of doing well.
10 points ahead with 10 points ahead of 8th or 5th place with 12 remaining, with 12 points available, is pretty good. But you were talking about your team. Let's have a look at those disgusting, dirty claws. Ugh. Your next game is against the Gits, so you're probably happy to see that your ball carrier is actually out.
Yeah, he can't die in that game, which is nice. It lowers my TV as well. And as you see, like I've been trying to keep 3 beastmen with like no skills really, and then I decided that it'd be good just giving them block to stand on the line of scrimmage. So the team's looking really nice, especially those 3 guys just with block, and then the rest of the team come together quite well. I could do with a little bit more guard because the dwarves are a bit of a nightmare. But overall, no, it's a lovely team. It's probably my favourite team I've ever had.
He held back from when he first on our first attempt at this. He said it was his favourite team, and now he's saying it's just probably his favourite team.
No, it is my favourite team I've ever had. No, it is without a doubt.
We said something really interesting about how the rats are like they're good, but you've only got like one Angry Joe, and then he dies, and you have another one, and that you can't really, you can get some really good players, but you don't tend to get a lot of them. Whereas with this team, there's clearly just the entire team is packed full of
Claw, Mighty Blow. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. There's a reason why Claw plus Mighty Blow is equal to skill.
Yeah, it's had its games where it's just wrecking teams big time, and then sometimes it just doesn't fire. And I think the game against the Bretts, it just didn't work. You see, I've tried a few different things about giving Claw first and Mighty Blow first and Block first.
What's the order?
Block, Mighty Blow, Claw is the order. That's the perfect order, I think.
So, years of wisdom and convention have been proven right, it seems. Let's jump on to the next team, which, if we go by last season's standings, is the Memely Men. Let's ignore the first game. Let's just ignore that. I wasn't at the races. I was a bit arrogant and whatnot. What are the standout results do you reckon there?
Clearly, you learnt your lesson going forward, huh? I think 2-1 against Nurgle She Wrote is a nice score, especially with like just how oppressive Nurgle She Wrote can actually be on the pitch.
Well, if you look where Nurgle She Wrote are in the league, they are being 9th, which was much lower than where I expected. Because I think I predicted them to finish 4th. But yeah, it's
They lose slowly.
They lose slowly.
And it's a question of whether the game's going to go 2-1 to them, 1-1, or 1-2, and it's never really a guarantee either way.
What are your thoughts, Rob?
Not big, not clever. I think that's a great result. And the Ghoulies, they're a tough team to beat, and you've hammered them.
Not big, not clever is excused from the fact that he lost one or two dwarfs early on. And of course, when a dwarf team is down players, they're not gonna do well. So it became a bit easy after that. The Ghoulies, I can't quite remember. I must have turned him over. It's that long ago. What we're talking just over a month ago now, aren't we? Yeah, I don't know I don't remember what happened against the Ghoulies, but clearly I must have turned him over because that Ghoulies team. Oh, I remember. Turn 1, he got a rock thrown at one of his flesh golems, and it was badly hurt, regen fail.
Oh, nice.
That'll skew it slightly.
I remember because he kept complaining about it throughout the entire game. Now, yeah, you would think, yeah. Oh well. We're gonna have a quick look at what the team looks like now, and we can see that.
That's the best team I've ever seen.
Me and Rob have a bit of a joke.
What a quality team.
We have a bit of a joke going on at the moment where every time Rob praises my team, it gets demolished in the next game against him. See Necromantic. Underworld versus Skaven for the latest example. Recently, I lost Lord Reddit. Mighty Blow piling on to a turn 16 blitz by an ogre against the Moor's Mouthfuls. But we got back strong. I think he scored like 9 touchdowns. He scored a ridiculous amount of touchdowns in 2 games, and he's back to at least somewhat deep. We got a somewhat decent replacement in Lord H.N.
I've never seen anyone build a killer. What they called
blocker.
Yeah, so Twitter there.
The reason I did that was because you need 2 doubles on a blitzer, and you're not guaranteed to get 2 doubles on a blitzer. And even if you do, they might just die. So I built one because I need to get some sort of killer, especially in the way the Bloodstains wind is blowing, as you can say.
I'm surprised you haven't built a natural slacker, just a strip ball, tackle. You haven't got one of them on your blockers.
Not at the moment. Let's just say that. But now that I've got an edged up one, let's say strip ball, then leap for Lord H.N.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, that's that for that team. We are going to go through to the next team, which is the Ghoulies. My prediction for second this season, and they're currently 3rd place. Their only losses are the 2 teams that are on 18 points. So I feel quite confident there. Already mentioned about their loss against the Mean Men. What's your analysis from the game against you, Rob?
He's got one of the best players in the whole league with, is it Boris Johnson or is it the other one? I can't remember.
It's one of the Wolves. It's Boris Johnson. Johnson getting the games done, it seems.
He goes a bit haywire with the Wolves sometimes and doesn't protect them. When you got a strength 4 Wolf with all the tools, you need to be sort of blitzing and then running back behind cover. And if you leave him out in the open, he's just going to get taken down and fouled without a doubt. I tried killing him in our game, but it didn't come off. But I got to a few of the others. But overall, I really like his team. The strength 5 flesh golem's great. He's got a bit of guard. He's got a bit of movement. He's got some rubbish players to pin people down. It's a really nice team.
I do like Theresa May. Looking at that, it's strength 4, edge 4. The problem is it's a ghoul, and ghouls are pretty bad at the best of times on a necromantic team.
Yeah. No, and it's a useful piece, but especially with the movement down, like movement 6, what is the edge 4 providing there?
I think, here's my honest take on the matter, because I'm playing necromantic in the Neophyte League. Sure hands on Nigel Farage, and then sack the 2 ghouls.
Yeah, possibly. They are taking up a lot of TV at the moment.
It's a bold decision, but it's like I think it makes sense in my head at least. Liam probably disagrees, but now you can
at least Theresa. I would get rid of Theresa. It's you're just not providing like the edge 4 is just not helpful because what are you going to be doing with it?
It's a dark elf. It's a dark elf lineman with an armor down. That's how I see it. Moving.
Yeah.
A strength up. Yeah, again, it is a strength up. It is hard to sack a strength up, but I think you need to get rid of them. I mean, just get rid of them.
My best player, he's 6'4", 8", so it's not that bad, is it?
But does he have anything else?
Yeah, your 6'4", 8" has claw, mighty blow.
There are other reasons to.
I think he's got sure hands. But yeah, I wouldn't sack the strength 4, edge 4. I'd just let him die of natural causes.
Happens quite a lot when it comes to one of those sort of things. His running's quite easy after the snobs. Quick look at his running. It's quite easy after he gets past the snobs, who I would say are quite a tough team. Quite a tough team. Of course, they are 5th place. Elves could do elf things against him. But dude, where's my orcs? Meat beaters and Nurgle She Wrote could be a bit of shouldn't be as hard, I would say, as the snobs. Now let's go to the next team, which is the 1%ers, who have performed below expectations, I would say.
Yeah, I thought top 4 for this team.
So did I. The team we were talking about sacking Jeff Bezos. Team would look scary after 11 games, so we're going to have a look at what the team looks like in a bit. But let's see the claws. He held up well against you. Ghoulies, again, that's another team that we said we're going to finish in the top 4. But the loss to Not Big, Not Clever, and only getting a draw against Willen and being a bit getting tough 1-0 wins against Meat Beaters and the Gits. So it's not been as straightforward for them. So there must have been some damage to their team, do you reckon?
Probably, yeah. Whether it's mistakes games or just or debilitating injuries, just like especially if you lose a blitzer.
Well, we'll look at it in a bit.
Tony team. That does kind of screw with you somewhat.
I think he can get 7 points from the last 4 games. Looking at that, I reckon 7 points would be a respectable haul. He might be going for more or less, but I should hope he would get at least 7 points.
Yeah. No, I can appreciate that.
Let's have a quick look at the team. Jeff Bezos clone number 132. So
yeah.
So he sacked Jeff Bezos, then the Jeff Bezos replacement died, and maybe the Jeff Bezos replacement died.
Didn't I kill him?
I don't know. Maybe you did.
Yeah, I think I did.
You killed one of them.
Oh, diving tackle on Rupert Murdoch. So diving tackle, maybe stand firm, guard on top of that could make that player interesting.
Yeah, no, that's.
The team.
Would I have taken that? If I got an agility skill, I would have gone for dodge.
I would go with dodge because dodge stand firm is OP.
Dodge like Rog it's a good skill combination, especially if you can get guard on it next level.
Yeah, got some peasants with nothing on. One peasant with kick, interesting choice. One peasant with dirty player, good choice. And African Cocoa Collector or Fat Albert is a casualty away from another dirty player. Hopefully we can see Jeff Bezos get some skills in the next few games. It's
going to be hard for him to qualify in it.
It's going to be tough, and the team's probably not going to look scary after 11 games, as I suggested. But yeah, we're going to jump through to the next team, which is Not Big, Not Clever, who predicted 6th, currently 4th, doing well. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'm surprised you predicted 6th. I thought it was, I thought it was top 4, definitely. Start of the season.
I was thinking the future is Claw and Leon. I was thinking the future is Claw. Leon's team was looking favourable. Of course, the 1%ers, yourself,
Ghoulies.
It didn't look like it could be good for this team.
But he's only lost 2 games against, 2 of the top 3, basically.
So yeah, above my expectations, but mine were quite low. Maybe
0-4 on Ghoulies is there's a story there.
Oh, I remember that day because there was 2 games going on at the same time, and oh my word, Bashful, who was a replacement for one of the unnamed players, got killed, and you may have noticed Bashful on the Goodies team. It was an absolute bloodbath. There was barely any dwarves, and Liam was intentionally running up the score because he knew he could. It was ridiculous.
Did you see the post I put up? Between 1400 and 1750, the Dwarves are unbeaten, and 1750 plus TV, they've lost every game.
That's a beautiful stat.
It is, isn't it? So it just goes to show that their sweet point is like sort of 1700, somewhere around there, and you're not giving away wizards and all that crap, and just I shouldn't have told him, should I? But there you go.
Well, let's see. Who's he got? He's got Nergashi Road, which that's going to be a tough one, but probably a draw. At the start of the season, I would have predicted that as a draw, but probably going to be an Andy win now, thinking about it. I think he can get 9 points from those last 4 games.
He beat me last season as well.
12 points! 12 points! From Full House!
Yeah, I really struggled against his team. Stand firm, guard everywhere. Bloody nightmare to play against. If Claw ain't working them first sort of 2 or 3 turns, it's a hard game.
Andy is the last team that has destiny in his hands at the moment when it comes to players.
The Dwarves are with the Claws. There are methods. They're hard to pull off, but there are methods of beating them. With the Dwarves, depending on what team you have going in, there is literally 0 chance. No matter how well you play, there is 0 chance of beating them just because of how their skills. They just look at the team. Look at that team. Look at how many
they
skills.
They are very TV efficient. We're going to be very quick on this. I'm glad to see that he's starting to name some of his players. Block, that's a great name. Love it. He lost an Edge 5 runner against Liam. It was ridiculous.
Bloat anyway, yeah.
Bloat anyway. But yeah, we're going to be quick because I am conscious of trying to keep this time efficient. And we're going to jump through to the next team, which of course... A good team. The Mouthfuls. And I don't think Dan even cares about this. He is just having fun, and he is above expectations.
Which is brilliant.
Yeah, exactly. If you're gonna have fun, if you're gonna bring ogres, may as well have fun and not try and pull stunties are viable. They're not viable, but they're fun.
Standout result 3-0 against Dude Where's Mallorca. Ken has been disappointing me all season, and that is I'm not going to say anything more about Ken's team. But yeah, I am very sad because he killed one of my players. He killed Lord Reddit. Long may he reign. On the very last turn of our game, but he's performed admirably. He knows what he's doing. He's having fun.
All those ogres with block, man. He had 4 at one point, didn't he?
And that's what the team looks like at the moment.
Piling on, really.
Yes! Have fun! Have fun while you're doing this.
I'm just looking at that like, wow.
It's like, oh, you're going to foul me. How many assists do you need to make that foul viable? You need to make that a 6+ or a 4+ with dirty player because of that thick skull. Otherwise, that ogre's staying on the pitch more than 50% of the time. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And they're so near levelling up, all those ogres as well, aren't they? Look, not one touchdown in it for most of them.
Yeah, I do think if any of these get another double, they need to get sure hands. His next double has to be sure hands, though, surely.
Sure hands on an ogre?
Yes.
That's what Phil did.
Phil did. Yeah. And no one's going to question what Phil does because Phil...
Yeah, true. No, if Phil's done it, then clearly it's a viable strategy.
Yes, it is clearly a viable strategy. But he's having fun. He doesn't care. And it's been rather beautiful.
Nor should he.
Right, next team. We've got Nurgle wrote shortened to NSW for the purposes of pre-capping. New South Wales. Lots of draws. Who would have thought that Nurgle was a good team at getting draws?
That's a lot of... As I said, they lose slowly. And sometimes if you lose slowly enough, it turns out it's just a draw because they didn't have time to make it a lose.
I need to hold back. I think, thinking about what I said earlier, no, Leon's done fine. Obviously, Nurgle does Nurgle things, but maybe the Goblins is an interesting result, and Dude Where's My York is a bit suspect. But the other teams are fast. Like, Snobs are fast, the 1%ers are fast, and the 2 losses are against the 2 teams that are at the top. So, yeah.
To be honest, with his card was kind of stacked. Percenters, Snobs, Claws, Memely Men, all in the first half, essentially. Not half. All in the first 7. You kind of like... As Nurgle, you're just trying to play catch up. And I think he may be able to play catch up in the next few games. Not big, not clever, and he may win. I'm pretty sure he's going to win that. Frog Stomp, he's going to win that. I reckon he could maybe start pulling wins now and get mid card, maybe even into 4th.
Rob, your analysis?
Disappointing, really. I was expecting much more from this team. And it's just not gone his way, is it? It's
Nurgle, though. It's Nurgle is the issue. You can't really expect much of Nurgle in a league like this.
Well, let's have a look at what Nurgle looks like. Nurgle looks like this. Of course, the niggling beast of Nurgle has somehow not been sacked yet. He's got 160k in the kick, so maybe he'll consider sacking it.
But the guard is valuable.
The guard is valuable. What else we got? We got a heart. Look at that rotter. Look at the number. Hard times. Strength up, but armor value 7 and a niggling injury.
I reckon don't sack the player. Just go until he dies. Make sure you've got space on the bench, and then go until he dies.
I'm playing Nurgle in another league, and I was chatting to another coach, and he was saying that it's not good running 4 Pestigors because of the high TV that it ends up costing your team. He was saying he runs 2 or 3, and he'll have a ball carrier, a killer, and if he runs the 3rd one, it'll be a utility piece. So I sacked one of mine, and it paid off for me. So
I did hear that by a couple of Rebel coaches that 3 Pestigors is better than 4.
Yeah, because of the TV starts ramping up. I had one with Wrestle and I sacked him, and that's 100k, you know. So and also you want more rotters on the pitch just to tie up players and foul with and stuff like that. So I think that's worth bearing in mind. Leon has tried to run 3.
Fair enough. Words of wisdom from the team at the top. So, who's going to question them? Next team, Gobbo's Gits. That's not their actual name. It's the Black Craig Nasty Gits. But yeah, Gobbo's Gits. Another team that are just here for the fun. And well, their 12th prediction and they're finishing 11th. And
hey, they started off pretty strong.
Wrote, a draw against Noguchi wrote. Crushing win against the Moors Mouthful, but that is really a stunty off, so who cares? Another draw against the other Nurgle team, the Meat Beaters. But then it's got a bit downhill, hasn't it?
And I know all he wants to do is kill my players. He's not interested in the ball.
Oh, I can't wait.
Out and out. I want to kill all my players. I'm going to just put 3 crappy men up front, and everyone else is going to be at the back of the pitch for his drive.
He's going to be even more interested. He's going to be even more interested by the end of this, and you know it, don't you?
He's going to be fouling and chainsawing. It's going to be a horrible game for me.
It's going to be great. What I kind of want to see is I think we need to see who wins out of the Stunty Fest, whether it's the Mouthfuls or the Goblins.
The Mouthfuls, definitely. The Mouthfuls, definitely.
We don't know. That's the thing. We could see them pull it out, especially against Dude West Majorque and Frogstomp. That's a relatively easy end of season.
Damning. Willen calling a game against Ken easy. Oof.
It should be kills and points added together, I would say.
Yes. I think...
Yeah, true. Especially with the ogres. The ogres can kill too.
I think it's going to be... Yeah, I just think there's not much analysis when it comes to these sort of teams because they are stunty. He hasn't had 3 trolls on the pitch in quite a while. I say 3 because he's always gonna get Ripper because of his very low inducements. Very low TV.
Yeah, if you're going to pick Whip all the time, it might be worth thinking of actually getting rid of a troll. So you just have your good troll and Ripper, and that keeps your TV low, and you get more vibes in that. If you're struggling for inducements, that is.
He wasn't struggling for inducements against me, and it didn't help. But mind you, he only had 2 trolls against me because of one being the guard one being out for that game.
I always remember when I played Goblins, I played somebody with Orcs. I can't remember who the opponent was. It might have been Liam at the time.
Probably Liam.
And I had 2 trolls, Ripper, 2 ball and chains on the front line. So that's 2 strength 7, strength 6, and 2 strength 5. It's like Orcs are normally doing the bashing, and he just had no answers to it. I can't remember how the game ended, but
God, I love 2 ball and chain. It's such a fun little combination.
It's so silly. It's just ridiculous.
I call it the lawnmower strategy. You just plow them into the enemy team and just hope something breaks.
Oh dear. Jumping on to the next team, we have Frogstomp. Willen, what's going on? Give us your analysis.
What do you expect? It's me. The team was going fine up until the claws, and then the team fell apart due to lack of Saurai. Several injuries, most of them on Sauruses. I still don't forgive you for that, Rob. And then afterwards, it just kind of I was never going to win against the Ghoulies anyway.
Boris Johnson probably. I suspect Boris Johnson, be it with Claw and Strength 4, was tearing your Sauruses apart.
Yeah.
Well, not really, because I only had 2 of them, and they were mainly preoccupied. I had 2 of them because the Croxicle was missed next game.
Oh,
no.
Actually,
not missed next game. The Croxicle was armor down. So I had 2 Sauruses, which were very much tied up with everything else. Boris Johnson was free to just run wild.
I've noticed a big improvement in your play style, though, Willem. You're better than last season, without a doubt.
Let's point out, after the game against the Snobs, he was 4th place.
Right.
He was doing surprisingly well, and you would say it's not falling apart. Not big, not clever. Goodies. They're not games you expect to do well against. Looking at your running.
Oh, also, can we? By the way, speaking of not big, not clever, can we just ban dwarfs going forward in the league?
No.
Rob, you have some form of commissioning power, I think. Maybe. If not, I'm gonna just pest Alistair. We need to ban dwarfs.
Save that for final thoughts. Do West my Orc. That's going to be an interesting game. The lack of tackle could prove nice for you. Nurgle, she wrote. Again, not much tackle. And then the Glitz, well, could be fun.
Stomp.
I don't know how my team's going to look after at that point, but depending on your lack of how many Sora you have, I think I might have you in that game. But we'll see what happens.
Well, I may keep my plan of only having 2 Sora because reasons.
When you have more Sora, they die. Mind you, all the other Sora decided you didn't have any good skills on. You chose weird things like diving tackle. And for example, let's look at Shade, who took dodge before block. I mean, even if you roll a double on a Sora, you don't take it.
Well, he's alive, and most of the other Sora aren't, so just saying.
I'm pretty sure that's more by luck than skill.
I'm pretty sure it's because he doesn't go down as often as everyone else. Genuinely, I think he has stayed alive because of that.
Now, one thing I want
2 Edge 4 skinks, man. That's just sick. There's no way that that you should have lost to dwarves with 2 Edge 4 movement 8 skinks.
Well,
I know you hate dwarves, but like that's
there
like
is a way if there is a way if both of them or if 90% of the team is missing due to injuries. He pummeled them into the ground.
It also doesn't help that you chose a leap.
Edge 4?
You've got stunty. You don't need the leap.
Yeah, you're dodging on 2s all the way through.
Yeah, but not until they put 3 people in a row, and I have to either spend the movement going around it, or I can leap over and keep my movement advantage. So, I was really, really... One of the injuries that's hit me the most, obviously losing the Sorai was painful, and the armor down on my Croxigor is terrifying, but losing the movement on Madman was so sad.
The Madman might be considered sacking if he doesn't. If you soon probably. I don't think the extra 30k for that skink.
I'm struggling to get the cash to keep the team
at
11 players. Yeah, so
fair enough.
For now, he's staying. Later, we'll see.
Oh, we're going to jump through to the next team, which is the third from last team, and that is the Snobbity Snobs.
Somehow.
Well, it's somehow the only...
Third from last. 5th.
So third from last in the list.
Oh, right, yes.
We could see that they are 5th in the league. Beautiful wins against myself. A tough 1-0 against the Meat Beaters. Probably should have made a bit more easier work of that, but yeah, whatever. And a draw against Dude Where's My Orc. A loss to you. What happened there, Willen? How did you win 2 games in a season? That never happens.
It's not supposed to. There was a glitch.
Glitch. You rolled good dice for once.
Yeah, no, that's not supposed to happen.
What's your thoughts on this team?
If he beats the Ghoulies, he's got a really good chance of grabbing that 4th or 3rd spot, hasn't he? If he beats the Ghoulies.
Again, destiny is in the hands of the top 4. So the Ghoulies haven't got to face any of the top 4. So it's Andy Morgan who's looking a little exposed. But I think we've got our top 4. But
it looks like it, but if any team can actually pop into there and win all their remaining games, it's going to be the Snobs, I would say. Quality higher team.
Quality higher team. Looking at the Snobs, this is what they look like. That My Blow Blitzer's got movement up, and the other Blitzer's got tackle. He was talking to me a while back how he's never had he never had 2 Blitzers on his team. They always seem to die.
Well, he's got them now.
Now he's got 2 Blitzers. After tackle, maybe leap and strip ball. The other one, tackle, second double, piling on. So you're getting yourself a killer piece and you get yourself a strip ball piece. It's going to look, those will look pretty. His goal at the start of the season was to be the highest team value by at the end of the season. He didn't care about playoffs, but surely he's got to keep an eye on that now.
Yeah, the chances are there. And if he gets into the playoffs, then he has got a chance of winning it with his team.
Yeah, he's already beat me. Is again, when it comes to Chris, it depends which one shows up.
I would like to see kickoff return on one of those two throwers because the movement on the throwers really lets them down. What do you think, Callum? You're a bit of an elf man.
I never take kickoff return on an elf team, but I can see why it would be viable on this team because those are quite low movement throwers. And I played in a regen league where I had the star thrower, Saurian Hightower, and it did seem to work quite nicely.
Right.
And we're going to jump.
Someone's just opened their wallet.
I'm going to jump into the next team. Oh, so the next team, we've got the Meat Beaters. What do we think?
I like the pattern.
I like the pattern. Well above expectations. Look where they are, the 6th place.
Well, according to that pattern, they're going to lose against the memes. That's not good.
I mean, that's pretty.
I mean,
but it doesn't mean they're going to beat you, though.
Admittedly, if we're looking at the teams they won, Frog Stomp, Gits, Dude, Where's My Org, Moors, well done for winning. Like, it's a fucking winning as Nurgle is hard, but it's if you're going to win against any teams, it's probably going to be those. And then I'm not really good.
He's got play first, second, third, and then fourth.
Yeah, no, that's he's got a straight of like just pain. He has to play the top 4. I don't think we could be seeing a win. Like I'm not ruling it out. I'm just saying it's probably unlikely that we're going to be seeing a win going forward.
What's his team look like? Is it possible? I haven't looked at this team at all.
Well, let's have a look at the team now then. There we are. There's a lot of block. There's not much tackle, so I think I've got quite a easy chance against these guys, to be honest.
Famous last words.
But yeah, the lack of tackle does make it a bit easier for me. The couple of niggling injuries as well. He's only going to have... He's got no ball carrier. Another person... This one only has... There's 4 Pestigores on this team, so that same rule applies.
Yeah. Well, 3 for the next game, but yeah, 4 in total. Has he taken armour up on the player 11 there? It's a bit blurred, mind.
Yes, it is an armour up. It's a surprise choice, to be sure, but...
could be something.
No, it won't be.
Yeah. Also, 13 players.
Well, the thing is, Nurgle and Bretonians have quite a similar strategy. It's just Bretonians have got a bit more dodge on them. Well, a bit more edge ability on them.
Yeah, and the movement edge, of course.
I'm going to have to go soon.
Yeah, don't worry, we've got the last 2 games. We've got 2 more teams left. Or is it 1 more team? No, one more team. And that is, of course, Dude, where's my orc?
Hey, there's some draws there.
Let's think. Are we going to... We're not going to damn him for losing against the Claws or the Memes. I watched the game against the Moors. He did seem a little bit unlucky, but he did make some dubious choices. Not big, not clever. Probably a good draw, considering it's a relatively new Orc team compared to most other teams. A draw against the Snobs is actually quite good, thinking about it.
That's quite nice.
But yeah, Meat Beast is probably a surprise result.
I struggle with
Probably, yeah.
Orcs. I don't get along with Orcs for some reason. I think it's the slow movement on them. I think they're really hard to. If you get out of position, it's really hard to get yourself back in position.
Yeah, you've got to be very careful with them, I think. They're an easy to learn, hard to master sort of team.
You got to give space on defense. Like you can't just present a really strong front defense and then hope that holds. So you got to give a little bit of space in the back for, being able to catch anything that slips through. Because if something does slip through, you're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite tough running as well. Maybe the Gits should be a game he could do well against, but Frogstomp's got all the movement, so I think you're probably going to do well against that. Yeah, he could pull us out. He has performed worse than I know he can perform. So let's hope he bucks the trend and we get the Ken from the start of the Neophyte League, as opposed to the Ken from the start of the main league. A quick look at his roster. We are going to do that now. There we are. We can see that he has got an interesting player. Transit, Strength Up, Badge Up, Mighty Blow.
Yeah, that's interesting on a. Yeah, no, I can. That's good. That's a.
I'm thinking Sure Hands make that your ball carrier, to be honest, because
Totally. Yeah.
Because movement 6 ball carrier is much better than movement 5 ball carrier.
Oh, why Nerves of Steel?
Because
on any other team, sure, but
why Leap?
I put Hail Mary Pass on my Orc thrower.
You did,
that I understand, but
on the subject of Hail Mary Pass, Diablo's got Hail Mary Pass, so he has got Hail Mary Pass. We have seen a 1-turn touchdown. Is the Goblin still alive? Yes, the Goblin's still alive.
Look at him.
15-player roster. Ooh. Can someone please get a level up?
Yeah, there's a lot of players. There's just not a lot of levels there, huh?
Maybe sack a lineman. I get what's happening here. He wants to get a level up in either Golf or Interceptor so he can sack Malibu.
Yeah.
Because that wrestle makes complete sense, but he needs some more. He needs some more level ups, and then maybe when if he gets sure hands on Transit or the Black.
Also, this is a message going out to Ken. Please reorganize your team so that the players with the same position are next to each other on the list.
Ken, message from me. No. Don't do it.
No.
It is a tactic and it is legitimate. So you should have seen what I was doing. You should have seen what I was doing with my Underworld team last season in the Neophyte League. I had no order whatsoever. It is a legitimate tactic.
It's just hard to read.
Tough. That's your problem, not his. If he can read it, it's fine.
Can he though?
I don't know. Can he? Right. We're going to look at the league table as a whole now, and look at some final thoughts. Well, top 4, as I said earlier, I feel like it's in their hands. They've got there is no real. It will take a bit of a slip up.
The difference between 4th and 5th is 5 points, whereas the difference between 5th and 6th is 1. I think that kind of sums up what we're looking at.
How about a better stat? The 5th to 4th. Is 5 points. So 5 points for 1 place. From 5th to 10th. From 6th to 10th. 5 other places. 5 places, 1 point.
Yeah. There is an entrenched top 4 that's going to be very hard to deal with.
We haven't had that for a long time. It's always been quite close, hasn't it? Fighting for 4th.
Yeah, it's got to take a bottle job to deal with that. Any interest? The interesting outliers, of course, are Andy. I think, of course, I did say I was going to finish 8th at the start, but bear in mind my predictions were based on my Wood Elf team, not the Bretonian team.
I did have a look at the statistics for Spike. The Necro team, they've got like some of the best players, definitely. The Meemly Men have got some of the best scorers. Rob's Claws are a little bit of a mixed bunch. It's a bit more of a team effort along with the Dwarves. And
the Snobs have got the best throwers.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, the Snobs got the best passing.
Who would have thought?
It's High Elves. They exemplify the beautiful elven passing game.
Final thoughts on the league, guys?
Oh, I was not expecting that one, but that is my thoughts.
Willen knew about Liam getting a final word, but he didn't know that his final word was coming in.
I stand by it, though. No, I stand by that. We need to ban both the Dwarves and the Claws. In fact, you know what? Season 17, 1000 TV. Turn it into the Neophyte.
How about no? Rob, as the only one that isn't represented here, what is your final word?
We all love Claw, I guess.
No. Anyway, that's it from us. We might see you next week. We have no idea what's going to happen, but we'll definitely see you on week 12. That's it from us. Knuckle bless.
Knuckle bless.
Cheers, guys.
Ciao.